This week, we talk about Spidey and all of his amazing friends that are showing up in Spider Man Brand New Day. We talk about that really cute trailer for Supergirl that is super crypto heavy. We talk about all kinds of movie and TV show updates coming to a screen near you, and a whole lot more. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
That's the emergency alert.
This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor,
I'm Taylor Oxner.
and this week we're back to talk about all the fun stuff happening out there in your favorite pop culture universe. But before we jump into any of that, Taylor, what have you been nerding out about this week, man?
This week is Wonder Man. I started it. I haven't finished it yet, but so far it's been pretty good.
Nice. How far into it are you?
Couple episodes.
Cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I already liked the character Trevor, but this show makes me love the character Trevor.
Mhm.
It's really good. I recommend it for anyone. It'll be fun to talk about it when you've seen the whole thing. Let's see. For me, I guess I'm nerding out about, not to have a cop out because I've talked about it so much lately, but I'm still obsessed with Silk Song, man.
Yeah.
It is so hard. I have never played a game harder, I don't think, in my entire life. And you would think a game that is frustrating me as much as it definitely is would make me not like it,
Yeah.
but I just can't stop playing it. And yeah, so this game is split into 3 acts, and I'm at the end of Act 1. I'm at the villain, and it is so hard. And I'm not even kidding. I've probably died 60 times, if not more. I'm not even kidding. It's
Wow.
hard. I have lots of good upgrades, extra health and silk and masks, and it doesn't matter. It kills me just before the end of the battle every single time, and I'm equal parts frustrated and just dying to get to the next part.
Understandable.
But hey, listeners, don't let that deter you. The game is amazing. And I'm so good at like traversing and adventuring and puzzle figuring out. But for some reason, the bosses are just taking me for what I'm worth.
Yeah.
But you listeners, go play it. It's super fun. Well, hey, let's go ahead and jump into some news for the week. This week had a lot of Marvel stuff going on out there. And let's start with some Spider-Man stuff. It sounds like in Brand New Day, when that finally gets here, there's going to be a lot going on in that movie, which we kind of already knew. We know that there's going to be tons of bad guys. Let's see. It sounds like on top of tons of bad guys, tons of good guys. We already know that the Punisher's going to be in it. The Hulk's going to be in it. But they keep just releasing more stuff that could just be rumors at this point. But one of the recent one was we're going to see Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man in this movie. But not only that, this particular rumor said is he's going to be wearing the comic accurate Iron Spider outfit.
Like which one? The Iron Man-esque one or the silver and black one?
The one that, like the red and gold Iron Man-esque
like that.
one, I guess.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool if we do.
That would be cool.
And they keep talking about other things that are going to show up in terms of good guys. There's rumors that we will see a little bit of Young Avengers action with Kate Bishop and Miss Marvel and a few of those characters showing up, trying to, I guess, I don't know if they're going to try to recruit Spider-Man or talk to him about something. It didn't really say, but it says that we might see those guys. It sounds like the villain called 8-Ball is also supposed to have a very, very, very minor part in this movie, and it'll be that character's first screen debut. So that's kind of interesting.
The one that's the head's a big 8-ball?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh, this one was kind of cool. So Tom Holland's brother, Harry Holland, he's been in most of these Spider-Man movies as Tom Holland's stunt double. Well, it sounds like he's going to get his first in front of the camera debut actually playing the villain Boomerang. So yeah, again, it sounds like it's a very, very, very minor thing, just like the 8-Ball sounded like. But I don't know. They keep saying stuff that sounds really cool.
I wonder if they'll go to like a vault situation or something like that where you see all these characters.
Yeah, I don't know. They also mentioned that we're going to see the Hulk turn into his Gray Hulk version in this movie. That'd be interesting.
Okay.
And they keep talking about the Venom symbiote showing up and being a part of this movie. Not until the end, though. Everything here keeps saying not until the end, which makes sense if they do introduce it. That'll be a big cliffhanger to lead to another Spider-Man movie, apparently. Or perhaps Secret Wars if he wears the black suit in Secret Wars.
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense as part of that story.
Yeah. And I guess the whole Gray Hulk thing would be at the end, and Peter and Hulk are apparently mad at each other, fighting about something. And while they're fighting, he's wearing the black suit. So, just like every story ever, it must make him angry about something, and he just can't hold back his inhibitions or whatever. So, a little while back, they released the trailer for some people at a special event, maybe some Disney thing. I honestly can't remember, but it leaked a little bit online, and I've only ever seen really, really, really crappy version of it. So, I haven't even tried that hard to watch it because I know it'll come out at some point. But I guess someone broke down in text all the things they were seeing in this trailer. And I guess I have that breakdown here. It sounds like the trailer begins with Spidey and Punisher, and they're fighting multiple villains. All those guys I already mentioned, plus the Hand, plus the Scorpion. And one cool thing about Scorpion is we see him in his full comic accurate suit for the first time in live action. So that's kind of cool. And then at a certain point, we see him in his, Peter Parker street clothes, and he's at a grave. It's probably Aunt May. Maybe it's Tony Stark. Who knows? And at some point, it shows him in a college class, and Bruce Banner, who doesn't know who he is his professor in this setting. So that's also kind of interesting. There's a scene with Tombstone, who's going to be played by, forgive me for not thinking of the actor's name, but it's the same guy that plays Tobias Whale on Black Lightning on CW. That guy is going to be Tombstone. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
And it sounds like he has a dialogue where he's talking about the life cycle of a spider and goes into like crushing a spider. So he must be upset at Spider-Man.
All right.
I feel like we've mentioned this before, but there's going to be some kind of a metamorphosis thing that he goes through, and he suddenly has organic webs in this trailer. Then it goes back to being Peter. It shows him seeing MJ, who again has no idea who he was because of all the stuff that happened in the last movie. And he sees her about to kiss another guy, and he just looks away, and it breaks his heart. But then you find out they're neighbors. They live in the same apartment building, and he speaks up to her. They bump into each other, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, it's just me, your neighbor." And she says the comment something about, "Oh, you're my friendly neighbor," playing off the whole friendly neighborhood Spider-Man thing. And it sounds like that's kind of the end of that trailer. So if some of those details make me forget, if these are true, it makes me suddenly remember stuff I forgot, like how sad his life must be right now.
Yeah.
None of his friends and family, I guess he didn't really have family, but none of his friends remembers him, and that's gotta suck so bad. That also has me thinking, if no one knows who he is, and maybe this is the kind of stuff that would make his friend Ned lean towards eventually becoming the Hobgoblin, because why would Spider-Man's best friend become the Hobgoblin? But this makes sense. They're not best friends anymore. They don't even know each
Yeah.
other. But some other side note Spider-Man stuff, it sounds like there is a project being in the works right now with Spider-Man, Deadpool, and Mephisto. And I'm like, okay, that's an interesting combination of characters, but I wonder if this is going to go back to that rumored Deadpool thing that was rumored a couple of weeks ago. And
Yeah, it made sense.
yeah, but yeah, lots going on with Spider-Man. And there's equally a lot going on with Doomsday. There was another thing that kind of leaked some synopsis points of Doomsday. It sounds like when we get into the very beginning of this movie, it's supposedly going to take place instantly after Endgame. And we're going to see some stuff go down, which makes sense if we see, Steve Rogers showing up to Peggy's place to try to live his life out. And it's going to take place after Endgame, but before Loki season 2. And Loki gets wind that the TVA is going to completely, prune that reality that he's living in. So Loki takes Steve and Peggy, and they have a son, I guess, named James at this point, and he's going to take them to a different world that's not going to be pruned. And the world they wind up taking those guys to is the same world that the Fantastic Four is from that we saw in the movie recently. And I guess years later, fast forwards back to our present, during Avengers Doomsday, Doctor Doom gets word of all these incursions that are happening, and he plans to travel over to the main MCU to try to stop it. And then I guess they figure out that Steve Rogers has been living in their universe, and together, like Doctor Doom, Mr. Fantastic, and Steve Rogers all agree that they're going to go try to save all these realities, including our main Marvel universe that we've been following this whole time. Anyway, who knows how much truth there was to that, but that synopsis, that sounds like a good intro to that movie.
Yeah. It would make us like Mr. Fantastic and Doom a little bit more.
Yeah. And it even goes on to say that this doesn't mean Doom and Fantastic are friends, but they both equally don't want, existence to be wiped out.
Yeah, truly.
It sounds like there's going to be variants of lots of characters, which we knew that, but a variant Peggy Carter might be on Doom's side because he's going to appear to be doing all these noble things, but then suddenly his motives come into play at the end. But yeah, he's going to have a variant Peggy Carter on his side. Another interesting thing is we know, like we, the audience, know that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doom in this movie. But something I read said no one in the movie will see his face. Throughout the whole majority of the movie, no one's going to be like, oh my gosh, that looks just like Iron Man. His face will not be revealed to anyone but the audience until towards the end, which maybe that's a big plot point of that movie, by the way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And it sounds like in the final battle, all these good guys that have been at odds with each other are finally going to be working together. So the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men against Doom's Latverian army. They're working with Doom up until the very end. His true colors must appear, and they got to work against Doom. When this all wraps up, we know that there's going to be a big, soft reboot to restart the MCU. But it sounds like Doom, the character, will carry on, but we're only going to see Robert Downey Jr. play Doom through the rest of this multiverse saga. So once we get to the end of Secret Wars, it'll be some new guy playing Doom, not him anymore.
Oh, okay.
And they just keep saying all kinds of rumors. Like the X-Men we're going to see are from a universe that became peaceful, but it starts getting pruned away. So they come up in arms to fight for things. And it sounds like that trailer we saw, they looked very upset because I guess it's because they're from a peaceful universe that just kind of started getting wiped out. So that's why they look so angry and upset.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, lots going on in that movie. I'm sure we're going to see 1,000 more rumors until it actually gets here.
Yeah.
Side note, it sounds like Marvel Studios is planning some kind of a movie based on the Devil's Reign storyline, and it's going to combine Daredevil, Spider-Man, Kingpin, and all kinds of stuff. So that'll be kind of cool to watch if that happens.
Okay.
And then for fans of Jessica Jones, it sounds like the character, the Purple Man, played by David Tennant, Kilgrave, it sounds like he's coming back at some point in some project. So that'll be fun to see that dude. He was bad. I love David Tennant. He's usually a good guy, but he was a bad, bad guy.
Yeah, he was. He was good. I liked him.
There's another rumor going on. We keep talking about all this, Midnight Suns stuff. The latest rumor is that the execs at Marvel Studios want Robert Pattinson to play Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze.
Ew.
So, I mean, again, file that under rumor. But if that's true, that sounds like that might be someone they want. I don't know.
I feel like that's an awful choice.
Yeah. I still think it should have been Norman Reedus, but maybe he's getting a little too up there in age.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's so weird.
Yeah. Let's see. The final thing that I have with Marvel this week is we know the actor Oscar Isaac has had so many, toes in the water when it comes to Marvel. He was, Spider-Man 2099 in the Across the Spider-Verse movie, and he was Apocalypse in the X-Men prequel movie, and he was also Moon Knight in the recent series. Well, there's
Yeah.
a rumor that in the Secret Wars movie, we're going to see him be all three of those guys in that movie.
Wow, good for him.
Yeah.
But that paycheck would be nice.
Oh, for real. Well, that's it with Marvel. Over with DC, only a couple of things. I know, we're Kansas City locals and all that, but did you happen to catch the Super Bowl this past weekend?
No, I was working actually.
Oh, okay. For me, it was all about the commercials. I shouldn't say this, but it's even all about the commercials when it is our Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
But they didn't really have a lot of trailers. There was a lot of commercials saying such and such trailer available online now. So that was kind of annoying. And every time it said that, I had to go to the internet and look for a trailer. But they did release a new Supergirl trailer, which was really cool.
Okay.
And after the Super Bowl, the Puppy Bowl was happening out there, and a lot of crypto-inspired commercials kept happening. And anyway, in this trailer, you see Kara on Krypton way before the planet explodes, and we see Krypto as a puppy. He's super cute. But yeah, there was a new trailer for that. If anyone wants to go see it, it's out there. And the Clayface movie, which is coming later this year, was pushed back with a slight delay. Not too big of a delay, but it was going to be released in September. Now it's going to be October 23rd. So I wonder if there was some other new movie that is going to conflict with it releasing or something. I don't know, but they pushed it back a month.
Okay.
Over with Star Wars, there was not a lot of news. Kind of similar to Supergirl. There was this cute little commercial with Mandalorian and Grogu riding some caravan-looking thing through some planet. And again, it was real cutesy. And then at the end, it was like, Mandalorian and Grogu coming this summer, But it wasn't a true trailer, it was just a TV spot. And when you go look up the trailer online, it just led to the trailer that has already been out for a little while. So,
Okay.
yeah, no new stuff there, but just I guess just a reminder that that movie's coming this summer.
I'm surprised then that we didn't get a Avengers trailer.
I know, no Avengers, no Spider-Man, no Star Wars, technically no Supergirl unless you hopped over to the internet and found it. They usually throw all that in there because that's one of the most televised things of the entire year. Why would you not want your trailer played?
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. They said that Avengers trailer's coming sooner than later.
Yeah, Avengers and Spider-Man. Hopefully we get those both pretty soon. Allegedly, the Spider-Man one is coming this month in February. February's almost half over. Hopefully we get that soon.
Okay.
Let's see. Elsewhere out there in the pop culture universe, for all the moms and dads out there, and then all the young at heart, Bluey is officially going to have a big screen, silver screen debut with its own movie on August 6th, 2027. So that'll be fun to take the kiddos to. Or, like I said, hey, maybe you're just a kid at heart and love Bluey. That thing is coming next year. That'll be super fun. For fans of the One Piece live action, there's not really any new news, but just a quick reminder that season 2 comes on March 10th and it's Netflix, so they're going to drop the whole season all at once. And they did release a new trailer. It was a lot of the old stuff from the old trailer with a couple of new bits here and there, and that's going to be a fun one. I love that David Desmalchin is showing up as a villain in this second season. That's going to be kind of fun.
That's cool.
We've talked a little bit about how they're going to be doing a Mummy 4 with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz coming back, but they put a date to it now. So the Mummy 4 will release May 19th, 2028. So I bet you they start working on that before too long. That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah.
I feel like a couple of weeks ago, this was kind of a rumor, but now they've confirmed it. Were you a fan back in the day of Demolition Man with, Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it sounds like they're making a part 2 with those guys both coming back, and it has officially been greenlit. It's not just a rumor anymore.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Hey, for fans of those Bad Boys movies with Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, we got a 5th one of those coming. I didn't have the biggest hopes and expectations for the 4th one, but when that 4th one came out a few years ago, I actually really liked it.
Yeah, they don't seem to miss with those.
Yeah. I feel like the older I get, too, I'm a sucker for a good buddy cop movie and show.
Okay.
My wife and I love The Rookie right now. That is one of our top favorite shows. And yeah, a lot of fun. Oh, Scary Movie 6. That's another one that is no longer in the rumors phase. That is definitely greenlit and on the way. And the Wayans brothers has said, everybody better look out because we are not going to be afraid to offend literally everyone and everything in this movie.
Well, good.
Right. The last bit of news I have with this stuff is the Fallout series, which season 2 is completely out there now. And I have not watched any of it yet. I loved season 1. So as I get some time here, I'm probably going to have to go watch all those episodes because I really like season 1. But they just reported that this series is expected to run for 6 seasons before they quit making them. So, yeah, that's good to know. There's a little bit of longevity coming out of this for fans of that show.
As long as they keep watching it.
Yeah. And over on this end of things, that's really all I've got. Do you happen to have anything this week about wrestling or video games?
Not this week.
Okay. Yeah. Under my video game news, I wrote Silk Song keeps being awesome but hard. But, I already talked about that. So I feel like I can't talk about it enough because it is consuming my brain power. I was in bed last night literally thinking of this boss and literally thinking of how I could time these jump slash moves you have to do. I should probably take a break from it and then go back to it.
Yeah.
But hey, that is all the news for this week, you guys. Hopefully you can get out there and watch something good, play some difficult but fun games, and read some good books. But as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week, guys. Same Taylor channel, same Taylor time.
Bye.
Bye.